joined by Vogan.
Do you think about playing? What do you think about playing the ball off the ceiling?
Vogan.
Wait a minute, we had an EU interview. Wow, I did not know this was gonna happen. Sorry, I'll answer the question first. What do I think about playing the ball off the ceiling above the goal? Been seeing that a lot more lately. I've been talking about that a lot today. I think it's great. I think it's a very, very good strategy, and more teams should do it. You should deliberately aim to hit that curvy part of the ceiling where it meets the wall, and it falls right in front of the net for the easy goal. Wait, I want to listen to this interview.
Be honest here. I mean, you guys are going up against KAPOW. What's your strategy here?
Just play as usual. We beat KAPOW on Friday, 3-2. It's easy.
You're going to take that already? I mean, come on. They're going to say it's going to be easy against you, Turbo.
I mean, we are ahead of them in the power rankings, so we should against them.
What do you got to say to that, Vogan? They said, well, you might have beat us, but people still think we're better than you.
Yeah, but everyone got their thoughts on the power rankings.
Oh!
So
Oh!
the hype on the power rankings. Give us some thoughts here, Turbo.
If you just play our game, we should have, like I said, an easy match. That's it.
Vogan, any shout-outs, any last words?
Nope. Just
What? No last words!
So there's no rivalry.
Come on!
These guys absolutely love each other. They're getting an apartment together later. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll see you down at the field. What's
Any last words? Nah. Nah. I am a man of few words, says Vogan. Savage. Savage from Vogan. Incredible. Like, if you could prepare anything for that moment. You know you're getting interviewed. Get in there. Roast some noobs.
some predictions between these guys, James?
Incredible.
Bogan,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll play that again. That was amazing.
prove themselves and say, hey, we got a good, strong team, and as you mentioned, like Jesse.
Yeah, a lot should have done it. He'd be like,
when we saw
I will make a lot of shots, and I will sit in my chair and
Well, you heard from these
eat
guys.
chocolate.
Let's get over to the face-off. We're joined by Vogan and Turbo. What's going on, guys?
I think I would kick ass at the interviews. I would get
Vogan,
well in there.
Let's be honest here. I mean, you guys are going up against KAPOW. What's your strategy here?
Just play as usual. We beat KAPOW on Friday, 3-2. It's easy.
Easy.
Turbo, are you going to take that
Easy
already?
for
I mean,
Vogan.
come on. They're going to say it's going to be easy against you, Turbo.
I mean, we are ahead of them in the power rankings, so we should against them.
What do you got to say to that, Vogan? They said, well, you might have beat us, but people still think we're better than you.
Yeah, but everyone got their thoughts on the power rankings.
Oh, I
Hopefully
feel
the
that
hype on the
burn.
power rankings.
I was in a
Give us some
power
final
ranking
thoughts
trial
here,
this
Turbo.
week. I felt that.
If you just play our game, we should have, like I said, an easy match. That's it.
Vogan, any shout-outs,
That's
any
it.
last words?
Best part.
Nope. That's just it.
All right, so there's no rivalry here.
What?
These guys absolutely love
What?
each other. They're getting an apartment
What?
together later. Guys,
No
thank you
way.
so much.
Come
for
on,
hanging out
man.
with us. We'll see you
We
down
need
at the field.
personality.
What's some
We
predictions
need
between
trash
these guys?
talk. We need players to get in on each other. Mike, you do it. Show something interesting on the face cam. Then they immediately cut the feed. It's like, quick, ads right now. Get the NZXT shiny computer up. Mike's showing things on the webcam again. Yeah, we need Yemen to rage quit the interview. He's just like, I'm done. I'm done with this interview. I'm done. There's just like the webcam feed just cuts. And he hangs up. That's a brilliant reason for an analyst to give advantage to a team. They turn out to be right, but based on a Snapchat feed, incredible.
Chat, what do you think? What do you think this is going to be? Without further delay, we're going to go down to
Amazing.
PFH Stadium. That's where Lawler in the findable carpet's hanging out.
The findable
Guys.
carpet, the beard.
Thanks,
Findable
Scott,
carpet's
with the
beard is
findable
brilliant.
Carpet, I know we watched some of the Gfinity games together last week. How do you think this one's going to pan out?
Well, it's hard to say because, last week, as we know,
Come on, like,
KAPOW lost the series.
if you get the chance to do an interview, just say, plan some, really witty line to say that just completely burns your opponent. Even if it's cringeworthy, it's still going to be hilarious, and the chat will love it. People will love you for it. Just get in there. There are no friends. There are no friends when it comes to trash talk.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. With these two teams,
Yeah, Kevin's beard.
with the way that they've been playing,
Kevin findable carpet. Is it brown?
very, very saw that last week. They caught us.
I don't know what his surname is. Can't find him.
So if they can translate
I can't find him. I'll
keep that
carpet him.
consistent, it's gonna be some really good matches.
Yeah, last week in the qualifier, they took out Weedham girls.
Yeah.
And knocked him into the loser bracket, which is really impressive.
So yeah, I had Dutchmen at 5th place
Weedham girls might not have been
coming into this group, and I had KAPOW at 4th place, so I thought this would be a 3-2 to KAPOW, and it turned out to be correct. So I'm pretty happy with my prediction, but that was my reasoning for it, like just the results that they've had coming in. I don't have Turbo on Snapchat, so I don't know. I don't know what his Snapchat game is like. I don't even have Snapchat actually on my phone. My phone's a dinosaur. Its battery runs out in a couple of minutes.
A lot at the kickoff with Vogan. Looks like these guys are gonna fight very Dogu passing that down gets contested immediately by a lot.
That's not a very good idea by Jesse. Even if Jesse does hit this, he's centering it. Bad clear by Dogu. Straight into a lot who's already on the wall waiting. Just really bad play by Dogu, and then Jesse's on the wall, like, not able to deal with it. But Dogu's mainly to blame there. That hit was terrible. You should just control the ball. Like we saw Weedham Girls and Flipside do it last, or if you were watching on stream, you'll have seen me go over how Flipside and Weedham Girls dribble the ball out of defense so much, instead of just giving it away like Turbo does.
Sniper Kid back to the side. Oh, good pitch up top. Can he get another shot from a
What a save. That's a really good save by Dogu right there.
Vogan now going to rotate back out, trying to hit it up. Ball centering into the middle, met up by a lot. A lot plays it back down. Jesse trying to play it back into the middle. Ball Sniper Kid with a shot and sniping.
You thought that Flying Dutchman would take it 4-1, but you underestimated Turbo's Snapchat game. That's a pretty good meme. That's a horrendous clear by Jesse. He just slams it straight into the flat part of the wall and it bounces center. It's terrible. He's got to hit that more to the left so it goes down the line.
They keep playing like this. Jesse and Turbo getting the kickoff, but popped immediately.
Or just don't hit it at all. Just don't panic and just control it instead. Like, see right there, Vogan does kind of the same thing, but he's got a teammate behind him who's ready to come in and, you know, get on the end of the pass. Oh, come on. Come on. That should be a goal every time. Good pass, not the best shot. What? Calculated by Vogan, easy for Vogan. See, Vogan, they beat them 3-2 on Tuesday, and this is why this 50-50 was so easy for Vogan. Although, in fairness, at least Vogan didn't have a towel or whatever it was, like some dressing gown hanging behind him when he did the players' interview.
As scary as it can be, sometimes it's not the best to touch it. Or if you can, you really have to be careful of where you touch that ball.
And while I'm roasting people, Turbo's moustache game was even weaker than mine. Not a good display.
Doesn't get the connection he wants. Rotates back and Vogan swipping out with him. Ball gonna come through. Jesse going up in the field. Big clear off.
Just about enough on that ball from Jesse. Just about enough. I'm surprised nobody was ready for that from KAPOW, because it was pretty obvious where Jesse was going to hit that. And nobody was ready to catch that clear. Nope, Vogan 2K16. Yeah. Got any final words, Vogan? Anything you'd like to say to the fans? Nah. Let's just play.
Oh no, mistake. Oh, Dogu just off the top.
Somebody get Vogan a PR guy.
So many shots. So many shots. I cannot wait to see the counter on that. But a lot of teams in the first games are a little itching to get that first blood or get those first few goals in that first game. Because you kind of feel good once you've made a few shots. In
That's a good boost steal by, I almost said Mike Reels because the car looks like Mike's car, but it was Sniper Kid.
And that guy in net maybe just gets a little too antsy and he'll scoot up a bit. And you'll see that kind of a lot in first games because...
you'll see that a lot. I feel like every time that somebody's casting KAPOW, they say a lot all the time just because you see a lot in the game and it subconsciously makes you say a lot more. Well, a lot of pressure coming up from KAPOW right here. A lot of shots, a lot of clear balls. Well done by Dogu right there. A good hit, got some pressure for his team.
Turbo reading that left for Sniper. Can Turbo get down for a touch?
Turbo couldn't redirect it in. This game's so ping-pongy compared to the last one we just saw. Like that hit from Dogu. Why is that happening? Why is this happening? Okay, nobody from KAPOW was on that one, so that was slightly better. But people are just hitting the ball away. It's hard for me to see exactly what's happening because of the autocam, but I really feel that's better. I like dribbling out of the corner. Come on, more of this, please.
I have to compliment both these teams because these back and forth plays aren't.
The actual broadcast for this is over. This was today's games, and today being the 9th of May. Oh, it's now tomorrow. This happened on the 8th of May. I just realized it's now the 9th, because I've been up for a long time apparently. Dogu just flipped by mistake. That's a shame.
Again, he had to come out for that. It's one of the situations where someone.
But yeah, if you want to catch the actual broadcast, or if you want to see other games from the RLCS group stages, or any other RLCS games, they will all be available to see on twitch.tv/Rocket League. Just Rocket League with no space.
These guys are trying to maintain control as much as they can.
I don't really like Vogan going up for that. I don't think Turbo's missing that ball enough of the time for him going up to be worth it, using all that boost and putting himself wide. Well done there though. This is a far more high percentage shot. Wow, so Dogu, pretty creative pass right there. A lot just not reading it quick enough, I guess, because that kind of hung about in the midfield for quite a while. I feel like a lot could have got there, done something about it.
Yeah, very difficult breakdown, not getting the touch that he wanted, being that weird in-between. But a lot, getting a good wall hit, passing it back into the midfield, waiting for a teammate to come get it. He looks like he's going to take it himself. Ball coming through the middle, ball getting centered.
What?
Doing everything on
How did he do this?
47 seconds left.
That's crazy.
Right, he followed this up, and then he ended up going for his own pass. Jesse probably made
Dogu. Dogu actually killed the momentum of that ball. It might have made it across the net before a lot dunked it in. Well played by a lot though. Very, very good aggression.
I'm going to lose possession, and they're going to take a shot, so let me get it to my goalie so he can clear it first. Might have been good, but his goalie was a little out of position right there.
Yeah, it's generally a communication breakdown.
This is game 1. A Flying Dutchman against KAPOW. Set of 5 games, so there will be 5 games played regardless of the outcome of the first 4.
Luckily, Sniper is back for KAPOW to save it. Plays it back in the middle, huge midfield play. Turbo also trying to get up and save it, but doesn't.
These hits are just not good enough. They're not going over the defenders, and KAPOW are just sweeping up everything. They're just sweeping up everything.
Dogu's going to come up and take a hit, but gets stopped by Turbo to deny it. Played back in to this KAPOW zone in favor of them. Turbo is going to pop it up. They're just trying to kill time here with 4 seconds left. It looks like they're going to take this one unless we get a goal. And
See, not the most surprising game.
Get 2 goals in 0 seconds.
A lot more, or a lot less grounded than the flip side games that we saw. Teams are giving away possession very often, too often. Dogu missing an easy shot early is noteworthy. A couple of bad hits from him. That is not normal. And I did get a chance to see these games before this. This is not the first time that I've watched these games. So Dogu, usually a very, very good striker of the ball. Yeah, Dogu with the Frankerzies. Good meme.
They're definitely passing and trying to set stuff up. I mean, you saw Vogan himself had 7 shots.
Yeah.
If you've got any comments about the games, then it's better to put them in between in this little downtime. Sometimes the downtime only lasts seconds and they just get straight into game 2. Sometimes it goes a bit longer. I'll just leave it running.
Don't get antsy to go from defense to offense. You want to make that.
I'll read the chat more between games. I'm only glancing at it during the game if there's nothing to talk about.
One player hasn't, or the other way around. That's when you get those holes.
Yeah, especially with how these guys have been playing. Now that the jitters are kind of out, they've...
Jesse used to be a 1v1 player. When the Flying Dutchmen first played, they had only played 1v1 prior to their first ever tournament as the Flying Dutchmen, and it was like the first lineup was Jesse, Polypol, and Torix, and they had only played 1v1s before that pretty much. So that was like the beginning of 3s. Where's Jack living now that Marky left? He's gone home as well. Although I think he's going to move into a different place in Glasgow. It's just not enough aggression from the Flying Dutchman on this. Like, nobody attacking that ball, nobody meeting that ball as it bounces, nobody attacking Sniper as he hits this. You can't be that passive, or KAPOW are just going to KAPOW you. They're just going to hit the ball forward and hit it hard into your net.
Actually, I want to give a lot of that to the pass.
Alright, ball centering down on the KAPOW side. A lot going to pop that up. Didn't get the clear that he wanted. Luckily, he's got Turbo there to follow it up. Ball staying in this midfield area. Looks like Vogan's going to try and
Oh dear, Vogan.
Sniper's gonna
That's so bad.
I'll get a shot here.
Yeah, oh, everything's going wrong here. So Dogu's waiting up, trying to get on the end of a pass from Vogan, and then Vogan misses it, so then suddenly it's Jesse against the world, and Jesse goes forward to make a really, really risky challenge. This is what I talked about in one of the other videos, or one of the other games, series rather, is that if you're the last man back and both your teammates are out of commission, you can't take a risky challenge, because even if you like get a bad 50-50, you're getting scored on. And right there, Jesse was just too slow, so he shouldn't have gone in for that. Obviously, it sucks that Vogan missed the ball, and Dogu was cheating forward to try and get in the end of a pass from Vogan, and then they're both out the game because of Vogan's miss. But that's no excuse for Jesse to make a risky challenge like that. He's got to play the situation a lot more carefully.
Dogu going to take a big clear out, exactly what they needed. Plays this on the opposite side, ball centering into the middle, has a shot, Turbo Palooza shuts it down.
Both teams are still looking for each other.
Oh, no, ball
What? Okay, Dogu had the right idea there. Like, he approached that ball in the same angle as an attacker would, and then just looked to deliberately miss the goal, which is the correct thing to do, instead of like going up, turning around, and trying to follow the ball off the wall, because then it's going to be naturally moving away from you, and you're going to be slower to get your touch onto it. But he nearly own-goaled it, so that's not the best. Man. If there was somebody from KAPOW like positioned on the other side of the pitch right there, they would have had a really, really easy shot. But they were all barreling down the left side of the pitch, so nobody was there for that tap in. You gotta use that V formation, have one person wide on the far side of the pitch when you're attacking down one side. Dutchmen are just getting outpaced right now though, they're just too slow. Infield dribble getting punished. Dogu is second to that, I think. Oh, did he get a save? Dogu not trusting Jesse right there is noteworthy. You've got to have trust in your goalkeeper to make the saves.
See if he can take a touch, passes it in, gets read by Turbo. Ball centering back into this midfield, and Turbo's going to pit into their side. Sniper there with a follow-up. Ball getting centered down. Needs to take.
So KAPOW, they went for a redirect play there, where one player's like passing the ball in the general direction of a teammate, and then the other player, or the teammate, redirects it. But the problem is, if player 1 shoots the ball on target, and then player 2 redirects it, he's just redirected it wide. So that's what we saw previously from KAPOW. That was a great clear by Dogu, by the way. He waited for the bounce and then timed his connection perfectly. Got a monster hit in it.
Putting a player in the cherry pick position, and I'm actually really impressed with both teams being able to pull off pretty well against each other.
KAPOW using a very good horizontal game, using those walls to get around defenders, seeing if they can do that here. Dogu's going to get read by Sniper. Sniper's going to take the shot, passes it up high. This ball's going to center in front of the net. A lot already up for it. Oh, barely missing the shot, but he has Turbo there to follow.
Yeah, it's just, they're second to every ball right here. Nobody on Dutchmen is like to the side and attacking the ball. Everybody who's going for it is flying out of their own net to try and get to it. So they're always going to be second to it, because if you're coming out of your net to meet a ball that's rebounded off the crossbar, the ball is naturally moving away from you, so you're not going to get there first. You need to try and take it off the wall before it bounces, or immediately after it bounces, or you've got to like approach it from the side.
Slowing down it, trying to control the pace on his own, but Jesse back there after the read to play it all the way downfield, gets contested, but wins in the favor of Flying Dutchman. Flying Dutchman trying to get a goal here, otherwise KAPOW's going to run away with it. A lot trying to run with it on his own, passes it into the middle. Unfortunately, it's a small mishap, but he's got a teammate there to follow it up with Turbo. Turbo playing it back down. Oh, Sniper trying to snipe one in again. Gets a lot followed up. Ball still centering down in the side of the Flying Dutchman.
It's very ping-pongy, this game. Like how many times people are just hitting the ball away. Just like launching the ball at the other team's half. It's... I think Dutchmen are playing straight into KAPOW's hands, because this is what KAPOW do. This is their style. It's not Dutchman's style. Dutchman's style is just like controlling the ball, setting up pressure, and then, you know, good shots from Dogu in particular. You know, solid dribbling plays.
Every now and then a player can pull it off, but these guys are always approaching the opposing goal in like a pair.
But they're just giving away possession. They're kind of just playing straight into KAPOW's hands, because that's what KAPOW love to do. They just love to slam the ball away, play ping pong. Which is not something I'm a big fan of, but KAPOW are some of the best in the world at that style. And even if I don't like it, it can work. They also thrive in chaos, like when the ball's getting launched about in random directions, KAPOW seem to be in their zone.
Looked like Jesse was about to make it in time, but again, it seems like just like maybe tiny little mishaps here and there on the defensive rotations, a little bit of overcommitments, but it's hard. I'm not really seeing any major
Alright.
on either side. Teams are just
There we go.
capitalizing pretty well.
But we need to see Dogu trying to
Easy
capitalize on
moddage
there.
for
Quick
Johnny.
shot on net, saves a lot. Ball coming down with 25 seconds. A lot up yet again. Ball coming through to the side. Gets a mistake here.
I mean, self-advertisement's always pretty sad. I don't think anybody's actually going to follow anyone who's advertising themselves so blatantly. Yeah, like Dutchmen just not enough like, you know, thought going into their attack. They're just playing KAPOW's game. They're just launching the ball straight back at KAPOW, giving away possession a lot, not getting very good attacks on the opposition goal. Oh, they've kept it up though.
Now, the Flying Dutchmen did beat KAPOW earlier this week in a 3-2 fashion. And right now it's looking like that is still possible, but it's being down already by 2. Looks like it's coming out a lot stronger. And this game did end 4-0, but it didn't really
Mike
feel like 4-0 the way they played.
with his own way of doing things.
Were able to make it seemed to be a lot of capitalization. As you talk about the fact that these guys are taking the ability of the opportunities that are given to them.
It's just,
for it. So when they have the
I don't know,
ability to say,
that
okay,
game was
we made
just a
small mistake here.
ping pong game with both teams giving away possession constantly.
Ankle's still pretty tough to hit. You know, if he wouldn't have made that shot, it probably would have been denied. Jesse was hustling back pretty good.
Yeah, big difference we saw, especially from the last series. Really no major defensive mishaps, so really weren't any open net shots. Teams were kind of getting outplayed or being put in tough defensive positions, which is just good to see that both teams are kind of giving it to each other and making each other fight for it.
Right. On to game 3, Turbo.
I think every goal is a defensive mishap, really.
Probably gonna be
So I
going
disagree
in
with the
Bogo,
casters
Bogan
here.
on the other side.
Like, it's just it's not like obvious defensive mishaps, but it's just like they're giving away possession so much. That is a defensive mishap. If you're failing to convert like a defensive interception into pressure on the other side of the pitch, then you've done something wrong. Oh, Jesse flipping for no reason. Gets bailed out by Vogan though.
The kickoff aggression is always so fun to see. It really does all of a sudden throw everyone for a loop. I was talking a bit about it yesterday. Happened a lot of the NA games. When you're put on the wire so early on.
Always love a good pointless demo.
When you're all kind of in weird positions, you're probably not where you're
See right there, Dogu waited for the rebound and he tried to drive around the ball and follow it, dribble it away from the net, and he just got beaten to the ball because somebody from KAPOW came and rebounded it just straight back in the opposite direction. So I would have preferred to see Dogu just go at the ball from the opposite side of his, like, he's on the side opposite his goal, ball's in the middle, in between his goal and him, and then just miss the net. Just rebound it and miss. Oh dear. Okay, Vogan and Dogu somehow dribbling the ball away between them. Jesse, the panicking defending, holy cow.
Ball centering back in the midfield. KAPOW keeping up this pressure. Has a shot out a lot. Plays it in the middle. Good follow-up. And Vogan with the defense. But Sniper's going to be there for the 3rd rotation and knocks that one in.
Not that time. We didn't say it that time. No, that was good on
So
Sniper.
Vogan hesitating there, reversing back. Nobody's here. Like, it's just like slow rotations by Dutchmen again.
There's that kind of gray line of like
They're just getting punished repeatedly by rotating too slow, giving away possession with soft clears. If they're not going to hard clear the ball and get it over the entire KAPOW team, then you can't substitute that by soft clearing the ball. Oh my, what is going on? Okay. The hesitation at the near post again. Like, see, this kind of hit here, KAPOW are going to intercept this easily and give it away because they're not particularly good at maintaining possession themselves, but, I mean, they're just being faster. KAPOW are just fast in how they play. They get up quickly, they're good off the wall, they intercept clears very well, they're good at redirecting. He's not going to be able to get this in, is he? No.
Oh, misses that touch, but ball still centers in front, and Vogan able to clear this out. Flying Dutchman now has an opportunity. Ball getting contested immediately again. Just with a good clear, first one to get in the air, plays it back out.
But a lot there, rotating back. Good rotation by a lot, then bad execution on the hit to get it clear. He just centered it in the middle of the pitch. You gotta hit it to the side of the pitch rather than the center. Like, clearing it low down the middle is usually gonna get shot straight back at your net by an opposing team player. There's just so much possession giveaway, it's crazy. Nobody's trying to maintain possession. I feel like KAPOW's strategy is just keep hitting the ball hard at the opposing team's net until it falls awkwardly in front of the net and there's nobody there to save it. That being said, they are pretty good at counter-attacking. There we go, there's the Dogu special. Just completely draining a shot from the midfield. This is not easy to just get this perfect hit on the ball to get it underneath the crossbar. Dogu's really good at that.
But Dogu, realizing he had the opportunity, puts it as difficult it is for Sniper. If you put it a little more to
The
right,
Dogu special.
But you know, in heat of the moment, you gotta pick
The big dog, I think he calls that shot.
Good read by Dogu.
Exactly what we want to see here. Tie game, 150 left, a matter of 10 seconds.
But surely that will lift the morale of Flying Dutchmen, who have just been getting beaten to every ball pretty much this series. They're probably going to be faster now. It's a good demo.
KAPOW zone of their favor gets contested by Dogu.
Don't know why we're still following Jesse Cam, but okay, now we're actually able to see the gameplay. Vogan hitting the ball away again. Does get a 50-50 though, so that's better. It's never going to go in though.
Just close enough. And I noticed something when.
Oh no, ball centering in front of the middle. Jesse going up. Everybody flying in. Vogan coming through. Dogan waiting back. Dogu's going to take another shot.
Dogu again, slamming it in the top of the net. The Dogu special. But look at this horrendous clear from Turbo. What is he doing? Nobody's challenging him, and he just panics and pokes the ball away. What is that? It's awful. That's what it is. He should just calm down and not poke the ball right into Dogu's wide open mouth, where he's just going to catch it and throw it right back at him. Because yeah, Dogu's got some filthy shooting. He's usually really good at that.
Turbo there to save it. Ball getting popped up, ball in the air. Turbo already up to play it out. Plays it to the left-hand side. Doesn't get a test, but Jesse with a good pinch completely changes the momentum of this pressure coming out. Has the ball free and net.
Don't know if Jesse could have just waited there and rolled it in. Well played though.
Look at the rotations coming out of this.
Good play by Dutchmen. Like, Sniper's not doing anything there, and Turbo again, just also not doing anything. They both just, like, they drive in and they're like, sup? How you doing, dude? How are we going to defend this? Oh, they scored. Instead of just chilling at the side of the net, you don't drive underneath the ball and then try and save it. Just get to the side of the goal and then try and, like, fly up and intercept the ball, instead of just driving underneath and being like, sup, dude? We're about to get scored on. Yeah, I know.
They have 30 seconds left to tie this up. With 2 goals, they need to score in roughly about now to give themselves a good opportunity and some breathing room. With ball coming out from Turbo. Turbo's going to play it to a lot, trying to chip it. And oh my gosh, a small mistake. I thought Vogan had that one.
Easy whiff. Beautiful fake by a lot. I wonder if he did fake that on purpose. Like, Turbo might have said it's in, and then a lot, like, pulled away from it, just faked it, but either way.
So a defender probably could have been trying to read that touch.
Kinda need to hear the comms for that one to make sense. I mean, I still think it would be wrong regardless of what the comms were. The whole point is you don't drive underneath the ball and then try and save it. You don't position yourself, like, in the middle of the box in front of your goal and then be like, right, now I'm in a perfect position to save this attack. Nah, it's like the worst thing you can do. You're reacting to pretty much every situation. You're never proactive.
And nobody there to follow it up. This game is going to go in favor of the Flying Dutchman, 3-2.
This could start to
Marcus, you've said hello to me already. Why are you saying hello again?
What you got to be careful of is when you're up in the beginning, you don't want to take that for
You don't walk up to somebody in real life and be like, hello, then they say hello back and you're like, hello, a second time. That would be weird.
Yeah, especially with how these teams play and the fact that they've been
Different things. Yeah, sometimes there's a bit of delay with Twitch chat and it's difficult to know what people are talking about.
Two differences are going to play a big difference when you get to those kind of higher levels.
You definitely said hello to me earlier, Marcus. Without question.
Grinding it out here is going to make a difference later on in the standings.
Yeah, and to put it in perspective, if every single game went 3-2, think of how close everyone would be.
Hello everybody, because I'm sure everybody's going to say hello now.
So that's where this really comes into play. So they had the 2-game lead, they had the momentum in their side, but really cool that you didn't see.
Can we spoon
out of the Flying Dutchmen.
the living room
Still bring it to this game. They had
in chat, please?
3-0 lead
Thank you very much.
Yep. You know, they let 2 goals sink in, which were on a little bit of mistakes, a little bit of mishaps, but again, they were able to maintain that lead just long enough. I mean, putting a 3-0 lead at any point in the game is a pretty solid chunk of
Good place
points.
to be in.
Yeah.
Very good place to be in. Looks like, guys, we are ready to get back into this next game. Game 4 about to start. These teams
No
doing very, very
problem.
well with how they've been playing. It's more so a matter now of if Flying Dutchman can carry the
Manchur.
from last game. but at the end of it, KAPOW actually looked like they were coming back to tie it up.
Yeah, both these teams have shown their promise. But
All
again,
right,
it's
come
just a
on.
matter of
Let's
making
see
sure you
some.
put it into play when it's really,
Let's see
really
less
necessary.
giving away off the ball in
Ball
defense.
centering down Turbo with a good pass
Just
in front
asking
of
to
the
get pressure.
middle.
2 players
Led
up
by
for the
Dogu.
same ball.
Dogu plays it
Obvious.
back
The
out.
most obvious
Turbo's
mistake
gonna
to
play
point
that back
out,
in
but
the
it
middle.
is
Sniper
still
jumping in with that third
still a
rotation.
mistake.
Not enough. Jesse trying to get the big clear, and he has Vogan there.
Oh,
really missing
Vogan.
to the side. Could have scored early there.
I feel like Vogan could have scored that, but he might look closer than he actually was because of the US West spectator to the EU.
Oh no, ball
Client.
in front of net. Good read by a lot.
Reasonable hit by Jesse.
He was in a tight
Reasonable.
position, but on defense, they're placing it to the corners really, really well. They're not clearing it out to the middle. They're not getting over ambitious or over anxious. They're calmly putting it to the corners and letting their team come and help them. And both these teams are doing that really well.
Vogan.
It's noteworthy.
Hard shot
Get
off
the ball to the
That's
side
a
when
good
you're clearing
teammate.
it. It's very
And
important.
Jesse to play this up. Follow up coming out for Fly Dutchman. Shot off the crossbar above. But ball cleared out.
That's the
immediately.
difference
Vogan
between
trying
like
to rotate back,
an
gets
average
boost on it. Looks like
goalkeeper
he really
and
wanted
a
it.
good
He's
goalkeeper.
gonna
Is a
have
good
to do some
goalkeeper will
fancy
save the ball and
aerial
get
plays
it
to
clear
this
to the
one
side
out,
at the
get
same
net by a
time,
lot.
or
Plays it
clear
on net.
generally.
Jesse there to play it back out to the
But
side.
bad
Looks like
goalkeepers
KAPOW's
or
putting
average
on the heat
goalkeepers will
here.
just save it and dump
Thinking
it
Jesse
in a
Dogu's
dangerous
gonna take his
position.
time, slow down.
I smell a
Smart move,
dunk.
allowing his
Yep,
Flying
there it
Dutchman
is.
teammates to come back
Dogu
into
taking
this.
far too long to
1v1
do
play
something with
looks
the
like
ball.
it's
You
going in
can't
the favor
be
of Vogan.
waiting that long
Vogan
while
passes
carrying the
over
ball
the
in
top,
threes.
passes it off the back bar, and
Oh,
Dogu
Dogu
misses the
just a
shot,
little
but
bit
Jesse's
close
gonna
there.
come in and
Jesse
save it.
shot's too
Waiting
low.
patiently on the defense there.
It's nearly something useful there from the Dutchman, but just not quite good enough.
So that people can see what's happening on the communication level and on
I
a
like
team
that
level.
Vogan slammed the pass off the wall really hard though, because that means that whenever his teammate is coming in and approaching the ball, his teammate is going to win the race because the ball is moving towards him and away from the goalkeeper at speed.
Oh, shot coming up by Jesse, ball centered in the middle. Where's the follow-up? Nobody there.
It's a good question. Where is the follow-up? It's a poor rotation.
KAPOW getting a lucky break.
That was pretty close. That was a scary call. It sat in front of the net just a little bit too long, but again, with no one following up, we didn't have a good angle on that. There's a good chance that KAPOW actually noticed that no one was following that up, so they maybe took.
Yeah, Cuxer is probably the best at that. He always gets the ball clear with his saves.
Needs to put those on net.
If not always, definitely most of the time.
Flying Dutchman with a very good clear. Jesse waiting patiently for it. He's going to use the ball indicator to get underneath it. Vogan playing that off to the side.
Oh, close.
Follow-up
There you
from
go.
Dogu, and what beautiful passing play coming out.
Really
from
nice
Flying Dutchman.
shot by
Crossing passes,
Vogan.
I've already seen like 2 or 3 happen this game. Jesse, like you said, takes his patience and he pops it up. But that's exact. Remember when I just mentioned how Jesse knew he didn't have it. Jesse's like, this is actually really rough. I'm not going to do much with this. And Vogan came soaring in to smack that across the net. And Dogu was waiting for it. Like, that was some really great positional play by the Flying Dutchman.
Only reason that's possible is communication coming out from this Flying Dutchman team. Just communicating to Sniper that he wants the ball going up and contesting that aerial, but Dogu going to take it in, pops it off the crossbar, needs to take a touch.
I never make
Down, where's the
mistakes.
follow-up? And
You couldn't be
Vogan
more
putting
wrong.
that in the best possible position he could with that shot.
Vogan so slowly going up for that. He wasn't in the best place when he had to go up for that at first. Dogu with a nice touch.
Yeah, Turbo's just not a good enough clear right there. He's trying to get the ball like either high so that his teammate can recover and get it clear properly, or he's trying to get it cleared to the side, but he had too much forward momentum when he jumped. It's just not good enough from Turbo right there.
About 2 seconds later.
Almost had a big clear mistake there. But Turbo and Jesse
Bit of a giveaway right there from KAPOW. Like, KAPOW are also making the same mistake the Dutchmen were making. They're just hitting the ball straight at the Dutchman. Oh, what a shot. It's really well done.
All the openings right now. He's got a good eye for all the little holes. A lot goes for the touch. I think he thought Vogan
Like, a lot just passing it straight to Dogu, though. Like, he's trying to outplay Vogan, but he doesn't see the threat that is Dogu. Like, everybody's just hitting the ball away in this series.
Jesse and a lot at the kickoff.
Which happens a lot when KAPOW play. I feel like KAPOW are the best team in the world who also give away possession all the time. Well, they're the best team in Europe who give away possession all the time.
Into the corner, gets read by a lot. A lot plays it down in the field. Pass back in the middle. A lot following it up. Good pass plays coming out of this KAPOW team. Needs to control
That's my
possession.
biggest
Dogu
criticism of
come back
KAPOW.
flying through.
Besides the fact that none of them are particularly good,
And it looks like Flying
like,
Dutchman trying to set up yet another one in front of the net,
at
but good
dribbling.
touch. A lot has a 1v1 time with
I would say.
Dogu. Doesn't get the touch he wants, and Dogu's gonna
They
break
just
this down.
never play
Starts to
grounded.
slow down a
Everything
little
is in
bit.
the air.
Starting
Dogu.
off the ball there.
Bit of a fail right there.
Following it up, playing this back into the side. Now we see some back and forth out of these two teams.
KAPOW doesn't have the aggression they've had in the previous games. They're not as quick to the ball. They're getting a little more impatient in the opponent's half. We touched on a little earlier. Sometimes just taking a shot to give it to the opponent isn't always the best option.
Jesse with the softest touch I've ever seen. Nobody there to follow it up.
He tried to just caress that over to the net there.
What? Oh, what a save.
Shot coming out from Flying Dutchman. trying to save that and shot by KAPOW. My apologies. A lot had a shot on net there and it was
No, don't hit it away, Jesse.
coming
Stop
out. Vogan
hitting
up
the ball
top,
away.
led by a lot. Ball centering down in front of the net. Nobody that
These teams can learn so much from Flipside Weedham Girls and Mocha EU,
They actually expected that pinch to go
who
that
just
much in the favor
control the
of
ball so
KAPOW.
well when they're
Went up,
defending.
rotated his dominance. That little plank of wood was able to pinch around his car and get in front of the net.
I was very impressed with Maestro today, doing that a lot, but Remco as well. Oh, and Greasy, all of them in Weedham Girls. And of course, the entire Flipside lineup. The 1v1 pedigree that they have has made them all very efficient with possession.
Good touch on it. Gets this ball centered up in the midfield, but Turbo's up for the shot, plays it back in and hits a lot.
Why is a lot on the wall right there? What is he hoping to achieve? I don't understand. I mean, time is running out for this game.
Playing it down, gets contested immediately by Turbo. KAPOW really putting on the pressure here to see if they can get one sneak in. Turbo plays it back over, ball centered back into the middle. Dogu waiting for it already. Ball getting played out, good touch. Just doesn't even need to put it on net, just needs to waste some time.
Put it in! Oh, come on. KAPOW not even scoring the own goal in 0 seconds. That's a huge misplay.
Flying Dutchman is trying to recreate Gfinity as much as they can. I actually don't know the order of the wins. I wasn't able to keep an eye on every single match.
Yeah, it totally looks like a different kind of game now that... Like, what changed from the first 2 games to these 2 games is that in the first 2 games, KAPOW were just bullying Dutchmen into their own half, and Dutchmen didn't know what to do. They were just panicking in defense. They were whiffing. They were giving away the ball. But then they got an equalizer in game 3, and it turned around everything. I feel like it just gave them confidence and that mental edge that brought them back into the series. I think if Dogu missed that equalizer in game 3, Dutchmen would have lost like 5-0. I really think they would have, because that would have been so bad for them. Knowing that that's one of their matchups that they have to do well in, because they have beaten, what's it called? They have beaten KAPOW in the past, so they probably want to be doing well with it, again, in this matchup. But it's just like a confidence thing.
Push a little bit too hard until holes are found, and the idea is you want to just kind of prevent that and then counteract and push it back onto them and make them a little scared to approach.
Game 5. Let's see who can take the
Yeah, Scrubkiller needs a new microphone. His microphone is so bad. It's awful. It's worse than the defending in Precision Z versus RG Game 4.
Vogan's going to win that kickoff with a cheat by Jesse. Good job by Turbo getting away by Jesse. Jesse not having
A little bit of a fight night in the midfield right there.
The ball down, gets contested back into the middle. Ball coming through. Vogan has a shot now. Good read by a lot. Lot plays it down farther into the corner. Jesse going up, soft touch, not the biggest clear that he wanted. Takes a weird angle off that hit. Sniper trying to do something with it. Turbo and Vogan playing.
Oh, these hits are just killing me. Why? Why is that being hit away? Every single time it goes into the corner, somebody just panics and hits the ball forward. It's just like... It's so disappointing when I see these teams, who are really, really, really good teams, just give away the possession so freely. All they have to do is control the ball, and they're just hitting it straight away like this. Ugh. It's just disappointing.
Dogu coming down with it. Ball getting pushed the other way. Sniper Kid trying to take these guys on 1v2. Has the help of a lot here. A lot's going to take his time, see if he can pass it.
A lot is going to go up the wall to the surprise of nobody, and it's not going to work to the surprise of nobody. It's just such an inefficient route to the goal. Unnecessarily inefficient. Yeah, look at Sniper though, over on that side of the pitch. Really, really good by Sniper to position himself over there. Just spreading out in that V formation in attack. Uh-oh, KAPOW are all out the net. Nobody's attacking this ball. Turbo, nice save though. A lot's doing nothing here. He's relying on his teammates to challenge the ball. He's just looking to be the cleanup guy. That was really bad by KAPOW though. They all vacated the goal, and if it wasn't for that really, really good save by Turbo, which we didn't really get a good view of in the autocam, Dogu would have had the open net very, very easily. I'm sure that Dogu's shot was on target, because he's very accurate with those. And it wasn't a particularly hard one for somebody of Dogu's caliber. That clear is just not good enough. A lot nearly scoring it though. That clear by Dogu was just straight down the middle, and KAPOW just took it, said thank you very much. It's reasonable by Vogan. He could have done better though. Hitting that ball higher would have, of course, been advantageous.
Upside down, takes a shot, and a good advantage for Sniper.
I was about to call him out a koala. This guy's been upside down 80% of this game, but he does it so well and so quick. I don't know if I've ever really seen a player on a nearly ground aerial still manage to flip his car upside down and do it correctly. And he got a good pass to Sniper. Sniper was following shortly behind him. Not too close, not too far, in that kind of green position that you want to be in. But again, I really like seeing a lot be able to do this so successfully every single time, really.
Yeah, it's true that KAPOW are very, very consistent with their aerials.
Right back though by KAPOW, centered ball, dangerous spot. Nobody.
But again, it was just bad defending. Too slow in the rotation by Dutchmen. Too slow to get back. And they're just not challenging the ball very effectively in the corner. Like this hit from Jesse right there, giving away, just he lost control of the ball by poking it, which is happening a lot for Dutchmen. Instead of just hitting the ball really lightly, taking control of it, and just having it next to your car, he pokes it off the wall, and then KAPOW come in and they center it and they get a goal. Like all Dutchmen have to do is keep the ball close to them, so that the worst case that happens is a 50-50. Which they can try to manipulate to their advantage, you know, because the opponent is going to have to challenge them. They can react to the opponent's challenge accordingly. Is this an own goal? No, it's not. Okay. Oh, was it? Oh, well played by Jesse, actually. Not very good play by Turbo, though. He could have dealt with that quite easily. And becoming NA in my sleep schedule, I've always been a bit of an owl.
Sink it in. Logan, good follow-up, gets another follow-up here. Demo's coming out yet again between these two teams. Looks like they're showing some aggression. Turbo and Dogu works in the favor of Turbo. Turbo just trying to be a nuisance, and that big pinch working in favor of the Flying Dutchman. Ball centering down on the side of KAPOW. A lot beating the first one there to meet it, gets contested immediately by Vogan. Vogan with a big clear down.
It's going back to the ping pong mode. It's been ping pong mode the entire time, and when I say that, I mean that the teams are just hitting the ball at each other. It's a bad miss by, I think, Dogu.
Putting him 2 up in this 5th game. Both these teams are really going for it.
Yeah, Dogu's got to hit that ball. Can't really blame Vogan for that one. Johnny NA, please take him back. Maybe one day I'll move to NA, Jacob, and tear up the NA ladder. I'll teach everybody how to play EU style. Although this game is not EU style at all. This series, very, very aerial focused and not very possession focused. That's a horrendous hit by a lot. He's like, right, time for a delicate pass. Bang! Leathers the ball across the net.
Beats 1, beats 2. Ball centering down, hit by Sniper. But Dogu going up to contest it. This ball settling down in the KAPOW side, but yet a big clear. That's something that they're doing very well.
The clears are hard from both sides, and it's looking.
Oh my gosh!
I think.
Wow.
Did Sniper just like matrix the ball right here and flip around it, because it looked like he had a solid hit, and I think he just flipped the wrong way.
Oh my gosh! You see those balls?
Yeah, see, Sniper's just like he's going at the ball and he flips out the way. In that kind of situation where you go for the ball and you think, oh no, I'm slightly offline here, I should definitely flip to the side to correct this. Just flip through the ball. Just go as much through the ball as you can, so that you get as many contacts on the ball as possible. Oh, what a demo. Oh, it's a shame. That was a really, really good demo. Well timed. Left the open net, but nobody was there. Just a failure to either communicate that plan. Yeah. See, it was a good execution on that demo, but it just wasn't planned enough. You usually see Muck at EU do that kind of thing where they have the demo and then the players on the pitch are ready for it. The demo happens, suddenly somebody's there to knock it into the open net, but that time, third player just wasn't there. We had player 1 centering the ball, player 2 demoing the goalkeeper, player 3 was off in Africa somewhere. So, a bit of a shame for Dutchmen that they couldn't get that equalizer, because it was a well done demo. And then they just didn't react enough. Yeah, like every time the ball's rebounding off their net, they're just not ready for it. They're sitting in goal doing nothing. Like Dogu right here, he's just not doing anything. Instead of going up the wall, he should just wait for the rebound to come off the wall and then rebound it and miss. Just attack the ball like an attacker would, but instead of scoring, just miss. Because by going up the wall and turning and then, you know, just coming back down and in the net, he's not doing anything. The only time that he's ever useful is if the shot from a lot is like a 1 in 50 garbage shot that goes straight at him. which is more difficult to do than scoring. Ah, come on, Sniper not missing or not scoring the open net.
Good defensive play.
Not today. You're not padding your stats today. It looks like KAPOW is able to reverse what we saw earlier this week. And they were able to
Yeah, Mike, you can stream my stream and analyze my analysis, definitely. Then somebody do Mike's and so on and so on. Oh wait, is Jacob hopping in the line a little bit early? Come on, Sniper, come on.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. 3-2 victory for KAPOW. Started off the day, RG winning 3-2, and if one we didn't broadcast, flip side took down 0 effort, 5-0. But guys, what did you think of this one?
5-0, unsurprisingly. 0 effort are going to struggle massively. I think everybody already thought that.
Really, KAPOW able to take it 3-2, making me look good with that prediction. So, and I gave it all.
That's what I predicted as well. Thank you, KAPOW. Thank you, Dutchmen. I managed to get the first 3 predictions correct, and then it kind of went downhill from there.
I wanted to take a moment to talk about. There was people asking in chat.
I got the Precision Z versus.
Well, there's a couple moments where you can cheat.
I got Precision Z versus what's it called?
And it's really anywhere where there's a 50-50 ball. And a 50-50
Dutchman,
ball
completely
is
wrong.
When both teams are going for it, and it's not clear who's gonna win the ball.
And I got both the flip side games wrong.
On a face-off, you
But I got the first 3 games right
and you
to the
expect
exact score, so I was pretty happy with that.
get it to you or close to you, or it will
That'll be the last video that, or the last VOD that I'll analyze right now,
is gonna go.
because the other games are or were
Same thing
what were they? They were
see players cheat up into the
Dutchman
middle
versus
for
Precision Z,
because their player
and
wall, but then
what was the
there's
other
an
game
enemy player
that was casted?
wall as
Weedham
well.
Girls 5-0ing effort. I mean,
You have faith in your team.
everybody knew that was going to go 5-0 to Weedham Girls unless something crazy
You
happened.
don't want to be doing that all the time. You can catch people off guard from time to time, but if you're doing it all
I'm kind of curious as to why Precision Z beat Dutchman 4-1. That's a big surprise to me. I thought that Dutchman would win 3-2 probably. I thought that Dutchman would have the edge in that matchup, especially with how badly Precision Z played against RG. So something went massively wrong for Dutchman against Precision Z, and that's honestly probably the end of their hopes for a good finish in the groups. A 4-1 loss to Precision Z for Dutchman is really, really bad for them. But yeah, like I said, I think that'll be the last series that I'll do right now. I'll definitely be doing more of these streams, so if you guys have enjoyed it or if you have any comments for it, then be sure to let me know. Things that I could do differently.
I like that 2 goals started off really quick off the beginning.
It's pretty fun though. It means, I mean, I enjoy doing this because then I usually have other things to do when the stream is happening and I can't watch it, and then I can just, you know, when I have time, sit down and watch the games that interest me. Be sure to give plenty of attention to Rocket League on Twitch though, twitch.tv/Rocket League, because very kind of them to let me do this. I tweeted I can't remember, I tweeted at somebody and they confirmed that I could do this, which is pretty awesome. But if you want to see these games live, and more group games live, follow twitch.tv/Rocket League, and you'll be able to see more games from NA and EU group stages, and then in the following weeks we'll get to see more like knockout games and a second qualifier. It's going to be a lot of fun, like following this whole event. I'm pretty excited. The production's awesome. The community casters are great. I've got very little complaints to make about the whole thing.